igloo, hot dog igloo, you know that bit. But the whole time strippers shaking it in front of them.
My goodness, where was this?
The circus out in front of Girls for You. You know, the lingerie modeling place by the interstate.
No, I don't know, Carl.
Well, $20, 20 minutes. One Friday, you and me, Fry Man. Blow the lid off the joint. Yeah.
I don't think so, Carl.
What, you gay?
Did it go away?
It did when you.
It might be your fridge. It might be. It's just something.
Oh. Yes, you refrigerator.
That transforming refrigerator's back.
Nope. Just everybody that's watching has tinnitus.
Sounds good.
Sorry, guys.
That's great.
Sucks for you. I'll try and just keep the sound way up on my end. A lot of loud noises. Make sure to cover over loud noises. Burn notice over and over. Will that work? Keep doing that.
Yes, perfect. Let me see. You guys
right.
added. You guys have
Here's
like
the problem.
sub names.
This
I
one
could do a headline.
This one picks up
It did.
sound too well.
Yeah.
Well, let's acknowledge though, the Ginger Giant has always been known for saying "fuck them kids."
Yeah, it's
True.
Michael Jordan's right, man.
Well, when he's right, he's right.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? I don't know what you're gonna do there.
Pepper's Farm.
Go down that road.
Don't want to go down that route. All right. I see. All right, there we go. I see Pat's list. I see my list. Where's Ken's list?
I did not add my list there.
It says Pat's list.
When
I added Pat's list. It says
Oh, okay.
I added. It says yeah, and my list is on there. If you can read his, you can read mine, and his list is also blank. So there's that.
Oh, don't worry. It's slowly updating.
Why is
All right,
it
well-
not appearing?
What's not appearing? Mine's is syncing, so it's slowly appearing. So now I see Ken's list. Did you see my list?
It is
Ken?
under the.
I got
it is
an
under
interesting.
the
I got an interesting first one.
Yeah, I was gonna. I figured we'd get to it. We will get to
We'll
it.
talk about that one. We don't have to start off with it.
Yeah.
But
Or we either start off with it like with a
No,
bang. Or
no,
we- or we-
yeah, I was
we
gonna
go-
say.
But here's the thing, though. We
put
don't
it in
even
the
know
middle
how
somewhere.
we're going to go at the end. Like, we're just going to build up to everyone who's watching, who's just like, hey, guys, like, we want to know.
I mean,
Yeah, it's been mentioned now. You know what?
Well,
I'm
it
just not
has.
going to worry about it. I'm going to be
We gotta- we
surprised
gotta
by your
tell them.
list. Mine won't sync. Screw it.
This is a stay tuned moment. All right, so there we go. We got some people. We got some viewers. Let's see.
Hi, people.
We got Drapsnat.
Yeah, who's that?
People's name is Drap. I don't know. Drapsnat. That's on the channel. Thank you
Is
for
it
joining
really?
us. Yeah. Is it really? Yes. Why would I lie?
I don't know. Just saying. All right.
It's a weird lie.
Tis a weird lie. Yes. I didn't make slides though. That's gonna be the problem. I'm gonna share my screen, I guess, as best as I
Oh
can.
my God! What kind of chicken shit operation? Oh, then you also steal Patrick's like catchphrase. Fuck them kids. This is
Excuse me, sir. Mine's is different.
fuck them toys.
His
Yeah.
goes dun 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 dun, and mine goes ding ding ding. Fuck them toys.
That's
Fair
different.
enough.
He's got a
Dude,
point.
Entirely
Different
different.
song. Different song.
Send your lawyers home. Send your lawyers home.
Hey, lie ain't got no place around here.
All right, we'll do the round table kind of thing. So we each do our first one. And I want to start off with we'll start off with Pat's first toy,
All right.
ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna get into this. We're getting into our first toy, our first well, I mean, Ken, give everyone an overview of what we're actually gonna talk about.
Yeah, Ken.
I believe "Damnit Santa" is the name of the stream, but I was just saying that we should just
Yes.
kind of reminisce about some of the gifts we've received over Christmas or other holidays. And like I didn't know if anybody else was celebrating 8 nights of Hanukkah, whatnot, but we just talk about different toys we received and what we love, and then let the chat join in and see what they have to say, and we'll go from there.
Perfect.
Yeah, this is not as the viewers will learn from here on out or know now. This is all by the seat of our pants, folks.
Hey,
this
we're-
is
I mean, it's
This is different.
Tangential Giant. It's
I was
not
gonna say
planned out super plans.
this is
Right.
streaming. It's a little bit more live than we normally, but we do have
Yeah.
some structure. I mean, we at least have some lists. Go ahead, Pat. What's your first one?
All right, my first one is. I'm trying to share my screen.
I think oh yeah, you have
There it
at the
is.
bottom hit present.
Aha!
There you go.
Inhumanoids, the
Oh,
evil
wow.
that lies
Inhumanoids.
within. Oh yeah, lying within.
It's another attack.
There's a human there. The evil that lies within. Down in the fiery depths of the earth where nightmares begin. Who can stop them?
Earth core, I hope.
The evil that lies within.
Can Earthcore stop this evil before it's too late?
I do not remember their names. I remember the toys were cool as all get out. I did indeed have this big red gentleman here. There we are.
What
Just
was
as-
it?
It was a depth-dwelling monster that would come out and destroy things and capture, kill people, but not really. And then the guys in the little robot suits down there would fight these guys to the death, but not really because they're toys.
Okay, question number 1. Are the guys, the fighters, the little people, are they humans in suits? Or are
Humans
they
in suits. Humans in suits.
And so the monster's the Inhumanoid?
Yeah, that's the Inhumanoid.
Okay. Okay. And so were there multiple Inhumanoids? Like were there other
Oh,
ones you
were
could
there?
get? And was this something that was TV show based?
Yeah, 100%. It was made to sell toys. This is the one
Okay.
my brother had.
What is that?
He murdered the Ninja Turtle Metalhead down there. He was the green.
No,
so the red
wait.
one was like lava. The green
Okay.
one was like swamp, and there was
I was
another
gonna say
one
he's got a very
that
swamp
actually
feel.
was made
Yeah.
of just looked like calf skeleton. And I want to say it's almost sounded like the guy that did Starscream's voiced it. Is very whiny and that kind of style.
The series was produced by Toei Animation in Japan and included several well-known voice performers from the period. Decompose and Tendril were performed by Chris Latta, the famous voice behind Starscream and Cobra Commander. Augur, a well-respected archaeologist and Earthcore's resident mechanic, was played by Michael Bell, the legendary voice of G.I. Joe's Duke, and even Cyclops in the Pride of the X-Men pilot. Hooker, the rugged commander of Earthcore, was played by Neil Ross.
And he actually, you would see his bone, his rib cage, and he would put them in his rib cage.
Huh.
Yeah,
He'd put the humans in there.
yeah. When he capture him, like store him in his rib cage, like I'll deal with you later. Get my rib cage. You live my rib cage now, rib cage boy. Have fun.
And so on the show, what was the success rate of the humans versus
I
the
don't
Inhumanoid?
think it lasted more than a season, so I don't think there was a lot
No,
of
no,
success.
no. I meant purely based on the show. Like every episode, were the Inhumanoids defeated, thwarted, whatever?
I think pretty standard cartoon. It wasn't like Exo Squad where there were like stakes. It's like, yep, they got away, but oh, the Inhumanoids are coming. Oh, they're coming. Oh, you're in trouble. I like the red guy because he was lava and red. That was it.
I mean, it's a cool thing. Like, and was that like one of the first type of toy / branding associated
was-
gifts that you got? Maybe
Did you have any of the
middle.
comics?
No, I never. This is pre-comic books.
this is cartoon show only.
This
They
is
did
cartoon
have
only.
comics. No,
At
they
the
had
time?
comics though from Star Comics. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So Marvel Star Comics was a sub brand of Marvel, and so they did have some comics out there.
But what year
Which-
would that have been, though?
Since that would have been, I guess I
don't
can
thi- I
pull it up.
I don't think
87.
Yeah, he wouldn't have been in the comic buying age at 6 years old.
Ah, okay. Well,
So,
fair enough.
I
Fair enough.
believe the one I had, the red one I showed, his name was, I'm going to guess Metlar. I think that was him. And then the green one I showed was Tendril. And I will now show you Decompose.
Ah,
Oh,
You see what they did? Yeah.
I do.
Don't worry. You're going
I'm
to.
not gonna lie. Some of these names and the way this set up, it all reminds me. These are just like what are those? What do you call them? I feel like these are Captain Planet's illegitimate children.
no, these predate Captain Planet.
Yeah,
so-
these are pre-planet. So see,
Okay.
and it's like
Decompose.
I remember the name
Oh, Ribcage
Inhumanoids.
guy.
I was aware of it, but I never.
He's gross.
I didn't
don't
get
know
any
what
of
they
these.
are.
They were just. I don't know. I don't know if it just wasn't in my market. Like I was more of a 4Kids kid, and I guess also before that there was like the Fox Kids block or whatever. Those so Inhumanoids just I was aware of it. I think it feels like more of a USA show maybe, but I didn't have it. It wasn't in my
I
my wheelhouse. That's it,
think
but-
I want to say KCOP.
Okay.
Ooh.
I want to say KCOP.
One step away from this public broadcast.
Yeah, I would say we're
Right.
getting real like inside baseball right now. Like people
Yeah,
just in
yeah,
Southern
KCOP
California
is,
are like, oh,
uh,
okay, yeah, KCOP.
Yeah. That would be
Which is-
Channel 13 in Southern California.
I mean,
for
this
you
is
layman's out there.
decades before it became UPN and
Yes.
so forth. But
And then before UPN died a horrible death.
What? How were the Inhumanoids made? Was this a toxic waste kind of thing?
I think so.
That seemed to
Like,
be
I'm
our
not gonna lie.
catch-all. Yeah.
It's pretty nebulous. I don't really, or we dug too deep like the dwarves. Something like that.
The story opens with Earth Core, a government-funded geological sciences research team discovering a monster creature subsequently known as Decompose, trapped in an amber monolith buried in Big Sur National Park. When the Earth Core examines the creature, they unwittingly unleash a great evil.
One
Okay.
of those. Just, look, I probably watched 2 episodes of the show. I think it just came out in December, and it was like, oh, a toy, that's cool, as a kid. And parents were desperate for gift ideas,
Yeah.
Like, okay, here's a toy.
Now,
Look, it's
another
big and
question.
plastic.
Did your parents buy you the humans to go with it, or did they just tell you like, "Hey, you already have Ninja Turtles, use those"?
I think I got one human probably for from another relative or for another holiday. I did have
Okay.
one human at one point
Okay.
who was just constantly getting, attacked by the red guy and being picked up and thrown down. Like, red guy's gonna get you.
Now this is a question that only you and I would obviously know because you told me this story a long time ago. Did any of these Inhumanoids or / human fighters wind up in your freezer? Dexter style.
You a cop? No, I will bring up.
This
I will
is a
bring up
live stream.
the
We're not
freezer.
incriminating ourselves here, man. This ain't.
Oh, sir, I'm saving freezer for later.
Okay. All right.
I got him. He's here.
Fair enough.
Don't worry.
Do you want to go,
These guys are not
Ken?
frozen.
Yeah, I mean, I can jump in next if you
Yeah.
want. However, I put mine. I gotta move some stuff around because I put my stuff up in the OneDrive. So I'm like,
Okay.
here, we'll let Kareem deal with that. That's Kareem's problem now.
Then I will go while you search.
Well, let me go ahead and I just. Oh yeah, go for it. Start us off.
Yeah, and this is kind of with a bang because I'm gonna go in age
Sexy.
order of when I first got like these things and I remember. I'm going to introduce you guys to Lester, the black ventriloquist doll. He is
No, we need the image. We need the image.
Yeah,
We need
well,
the image. Just like put it out on Front Street. Let them all live with that.
Okay, I will. Give me 1 second to bring up Lester, the black ventriloquist doll.
I don't like this at all.
This is it is
It's worth it.
troubling. It is troubling.
I think it's just because it's a ventriloquist doll. I think it's inherent in ventriloquism or in ventriloquist dolls. that
But
they're
it's like
scary.
you took the scary ventriloquist doll and
Oh,
then
you
poured
made
on a little bit
him
of racism.
black? Oh, I
And
see.
then you poured a little
kid. I
racism
see
on him.
it.
Yeah, I'm not the one who painted the big red lips on him. Okay, I'm not the one who did that. I'm simply sitting here as a viewer.
Fair enough. Hold on. I'm trying to pull it up right now. Sorry for the delay. I was ill prepared with my images.
I can tell you what. I can jump in here. Let's see.
Yeah, go ahead.
How this work? All right. So share screen.
Yeah, share, do it.
Let's do it. And I'm going to choose this one. All right. So now I've got the con. No, wait, do I? Can I make this?
I've added it to stage.
Okay, there you go. I was like, how do I do this? All right. So I'm going to go from one step of racism into another where apparently I loved police Legos as a kid, but this was one of my, but my choice was Legos because I just love Legos. I love building. And like one of the first sets I remember was this specific set, like police headquarters. So that was kind of like, I'm like, oh, like Legos has always been something I collected, and it was easy, your parents could get you a small set, or when it was a holiday, you'd get like, oh, I'd really love this big set, and like that's what this holiday set was like getting this set. It had a cool feature where the doors rolled up. It had like a garage door setup, and I thought that was like the coolest thing in the world. And so I was like, okay, cool. I'll ask for that. I also like the Knights sets as well, like this is the Forest Men. I know, Pat, you said you look like you had a comment there. I also just grabbed a bunch of random photos and threw them all in this folder. I should have organized them, but it's our first time, folks.
So
Yeah.
that's funny because one of my other ones is another Lego castle set as well, but I will not
Yeah.
please continue.
No, it's fine. We've got images for that, and I don't know why He-Man's in here just spoiling the game. I also grabbed
that's not at all.
Yeah. That's Mega Blocks, and that's a different discussion, but we can have that discussion too. But there's also like the space ice planet set. Those are another one I remember having. Oh no, we're back to castles.
As should be.
Let's see. Yeah. I had this. Cool. It's like a little set where it came with the fire truck, and it came with the Lego Ice Planet set. That was one of my favorites too.
Okay.
So yeah, those are these. I just. Yeah, as a fun little like 2-build set. There's a Lego book out there. If you want to check that out, I'd recommend checking that out. Oh, and then just take the screen away from me.
I didn't plan on doing that. I was just setting up the stage. There you go.
Some of the space ones were pretty good.
Yeah, and costly. So like there was, and here we are back at the. Yeah, so like and of course like between those three like themes were some of my favorites. Were some space stuff, the Forestmen. I didn't get into the pirates too much. A lot of my friends had like the boats that would float in the actual water, which I thought was a cool idea, but I just didn't have like I wasn't invested in those sets. I had this is horribly organized. Ken of the Past was just super lazy to get into this. But yeah, this is one of my favorite sets because it had that roll-up door like in this area here where you could like roll it up. I'm like, that's so cool. They're innovating Legos constantly, and they are still. And they're still pushing new themes to this day
too, so it makes sense.
At the time, I was far more lawful good, and now far more chaotic neutral. Or
burn it all.
But yeah, so that's like
I love that helicopter. That was awesome.
Yeah,
the
helicopter's cool.
The helicopter was cool. Like it was just a fun little set, and it's like it was one of the biggest sets I had gotten at the time because most times with Legos, like you would get like, oh, here's the helicopter, that's cool. And that was it. But this was one big set that I got from, I think, my aunts and uncles. Like they all pitched in and got this for me. And yeah, and it came with because it came with like 2 little motorcycles, and like, you had the whole front lawn space, which is random. Like, oh yeah, they need space for all this stuff for their police going ons and about town. Like, I love too. Like it's like, oh, branding, please.
I also love that the driveway was convoluted for no apparent reason.
Yeah, they had to kind of turn out. But also, I look back.
I wonder how many times someone hit that turn going as fast as they could, and you just have Legos sprawled out on the side.
Damn zoning laws!
I also love that even back then, like the police funding was out. Like you've got a helicopter, 2 motorcycles, and a car. Like we've got a radar dish on the roof.
Oh man!
They've got like telecommunication.
The politicians they grew up with Legos, like, oh, we got to get these police funded. These are not enough toys.
Yeah, exactly.
They don't got enough equipment out there.
I do like the little tape recorder in
That's
there.
impressive.
Yeah. These were like just 2x2 round tiles, and I'm like, I just loved everything. Little clip-on radio thing.
Question then, because I see the recording makes me think of the FBI. I don't know why, but it does. Mm-hmm. Were there ever any FBI Legos, or were they just like the generic police force? Fire department and ambulance, I think it was.
They had a secret agent set at one point,
but not like CIA/FBI,
right? Okay. Yeah, not CIA. They had just like Lego secret agents.
Legos are not from the U.S., so
that's what I'm saying. I feel like they'd be more aware of like
or what have you.
But that's why they wouldn't have a CIA. They're not like, let's promote the U.S. CIA. That's a great idea.
Fair enough.
Okay, yeah. So they had 2 brands. They had the agents at one point, where just agents, and then they had Ultra, because that's what you do. You're an agent, and then you're Ultra.
That's just a knockoff Optimus Prime, is what that is.
I feel like
it's black, so it's Nemesis Prime or it's Motormaster. But we can talk about Transformers another day if we need to. But yeah, but of course, this was the era where it's like, oh well, you've got to have pink hair and a stubbly. It's like.
I was gonna say, what's with the beard, man? That's awesome.
He's a gruff captain.
That's how you know he's
like, I get results. And a mech. And they had a mech.
Yeah, I mean, but they still don't have enough funding, Ken. They still don't have enough funding.
Yeah, well, they were fighting robot guys like this, so
that's when you got laser arms.
Yeah, guys went Ultra, and you just had to do your absolute best.
Man, I love that hair, though.
Yeah.
I hope he comes with different hairstyles too. Same scarred face, different hairstyles.
Yeah. All the same. So yeah, and
That's
then
awesome.
that was one of my favorite sets growing up. And then of course, as I was mentioning earlier how
God,
did
you keep going back to this. You love this cop set so much.
I mean,
do
I like
love
that
it.
view. I didn't realize there's so much stuff on the inside.
That was one thing too, and also those little chairs were on. They're on
Yeah.
turntables, so you could turn them to each other or turn them like
And you can
as goofy as it
potentially
was.
have
I'm
them
like,
fall out off the second floor
off
out
the back. Yeah. There's no railing; they just fall right out the back. Hey,
Mr.
B, how
Stewart,
you
I told
doing?
to stop drinking. Ah!
I'd like to know we've got a viewer in there. What's up, B?
Nice. Hello, whoever you are.
B, I'm just gonna call you Bruce for now. Does that sound good? Hope it's a good.
Oh, it might be.
Might
All right.
be.
Ha ha!
So yeah, so
I
that's
see what you
mine
did
was
there.
Legos.
All right.
We of course have the there we go, nicely done. We've got the Forest Mid and whatnot. So yeah, there's just a lot of different Lego sets. I love the classic old plates that you could raise stuff up on. They just had a good layout.
I
like that.
May I share my castle, the one I had, real quick?
Yeah, of course.
Absolutely.
In a similar
I will
vein?
We are in
stop
this
sharing
section.
now. There we go.
All right, here we go.
I'm up for a crossover.
Yeah, what do you got for us?
Crossover. Where'd you go? There it is. All right. No, don't need that. Go away. Why? No, this one.
Nice. Yeah, the black.
There we
guy.
go.
Ooh.
Took a second. that was
I like
cute.
that.
But yeah, so and it came with the knights, and they had like the fancy stuff that you attach.
Yeah,
to the
that's
helmets.
something they
Very
stopped
classy,
doing.
and the big shields. Oh yeah.
I feel like these versions
Yeah, they don't have
get,
those.
like gypped a little bit. They don't have the people as much. They have the stuff. Don't get me wrong. The people.
So
Not as
in a
often.
recent set,
This
they
one
did
came with
like
8 or 9 people.
Yeah. Right.
yeah. In a recent set, they did like a whole like 30, 40-year revival of the castle. It's like a $500 castle. It's pretty darn cool.
Yeah.
But like they've changed the way they do stuff, because like back at the one you had, like they'd have little dragon fins on their heads and like a fluff of a feather or whatever on their cap.
It was a little
really
dragon.
cool. Like yeah,
Yeah.
because they had dragon knights. Yeah, so they had a bunch of different things, and they did a great job of like having additional designs, and they've kind of cut back on some of that. And, like I do miss that.
Yeah. That's damn economy.
Yeah.
Yeah, in this economy, you just can't do it. I did. So I can't tell you how many emails from different things on Black Friday sale where it's like that Lego set, $150 off. Buy it right now. Buy it.
Jeez.
Buy it, piggy. Buy it. Buy it. Buy it. It took a lot not to just go screw it. And I just like, okay, that's very expensive. And I actually don't physically have a place for it, but it's so pretty.
But you could build a place for it.
With more Legos?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
I
That's
guess-
right.
Yeah. Actually, I think they probably have an Adam Warlock Lego now from that.
Nope.
Uh-oh. Show him, Pat.
Want it.
Show him, Ken.
Don't
Show
want
him. He says it
Yeah,
now
we
if
do.
he sees it. Show him.
I just don't want it.
Show
I
him.
just don't want it to happen. It's gonna be dumb.
And it's going to be in your house soon.
He's like, I'm gonna have to buy it, and I'm gonna want it.
I don't know if it's based on the movie. I'm not so sure.
Were you not a fan of that Adam Warlock?
Eh,
I mean, that's how I always viewed him. But that's my own opinion.
well, you have bad opinions on things. It's well known.
Sorry, I just wasn't a fan of Space Jesus.
Well, that's why he died for your sins. He doesn't care if you're a fan of him or not.
Did he, though? That's kind of cool.
No,
Yeah.
the cool one is that one.
Yeah, the
The
black
one
and...
that is on there.
Not the
right now.
gold
Yeah.
one. Yeah. No,
Yeah, not the
that's
gold
what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
not
Not
I
the gold
wasn't. We weren't focused on this one,
Yeah,
but
that's
the
not
one
cool.
from the game.
Yeah,
'cause
that
this
was
is
pretty
the
cool.
game one.
with the painting on abs.
Yeah,
Yeah, you know,
not that.
just like everyone else in Lego world.
You
Yeah,
dang
Goldilocks
right.
isn't
This
the
one even
best.
comes with a little infinity gauntlet. Like that's where it's at.
A little?
Ooh.
And he
It's
comes with
like-
his staff.
This
This is
is
this
his
is
body.
what we need. Yeah.
Wait, did he just steal that from like Thor's dad? What is that?
Whatever. Fuck that guy.
Yeah.
Although
why
I do
not?
like the gold one because it comes in the fly contraption thing.
In his cocoon.
Yeah, from the Fly movie.
Oh, this
It does
image
kind of
here.
look like that, doesn't
It's
it? Look like the teleporter.
Yep.
Suck it, Jeff Goldblum.
There you go.
Is that what he was trying to do? Was he trying to teleport?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, that
Makes
was
more
the
sense.
whole. That was the whole thing. He was
And
trying to
then
teleport.
Fly got in the ointment.
Yeah, turned him into a walking monster that needed to be put down before he. But then he impregnated Gina Davis, and Gina Davis gave birth to larva, and I think she died or they killed her. And then it was who played the son in The Fly 2?
There was a sequel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there was a sequel. There was
Yeah, there
definitely
was
a
a sequel.
No.
Yeah.
Oh no.
The guy who got burned by the acid comes back and makes some cost me an arm and a leg joke.
Eric Stoltz was
Eric Stoltz, thank you.
Are you
Martin
serious?
Brundle. Yeah, Eric Stoltz.
Is that what
The
ended
Fly
his career?
2. No, I mean,
No.
Should
because he was in like, wasn't he like Kiss Kiss? No, I'm thinking it's another movie. Was he in Kiss Kiss Bang Bang? What the hell's he in? He's got a career.
Kilmer.
No, but wasn't. I'm sorry. I think
Was
he was in. Eric Stoltz has been in other things too, but I'm trying to remember what.
Has
He was in Back to the Future. No, he was originally in Back to the Future, and then he got pulled. Anaconda. He was in Anaconda. Why wouldn't you remember
He was in
Anaconda? He's also in Pulp Fiction and Some Kind of Wonderful, but I think Anaconda and Pulp Fiction are two.
The drug dealer in Pulp Fiction. That's right.
We should have been looking at the comments.
He's
There
in
we
Mass.
go.
Thank you, Fernando.
Yes.
Thank you, Fernando.
He knew.
Hero and legend.
That's awesome.
Fernando knows movies. That's fine.
That's
There you
great.
go.
He's gonna be able to bail us out on that.
I appreciate that. Joining us, on YouTube, by the way. Appreciate you there. Also checking us out on Twitch. For those who can also see us there. But speaking of movies, I don't know, Kareem, did you have any else you wanted to
Did you ever
jump
get
in
a
with?
Christmas gift, or you just?
Yeah, no, I was. You know what? I was.
I guess we never saw your ventriloquist, but I don't know. Do you want to? We can change things up.
I'll pivot from that one real quick and go to movies since you gave me a lovely segue. I got what is it? Batman in 1989 movie on VHS, which
From our photo that people saw on Instagram, the lovely photo.
I'm gonna toss it up here in a second.
So do we have that photo?
We do. Let me put this up here real quick. Where did my Batman go? Here we go. And here you go.
This is very understood, Fernando. All right.
So yeah, I got Batman. It was the first time. It was actually my very first movie that I owned, which was separate from what my family had as a collection of VHSs. At the time I thought it was rated R. I thought I was doing something really adult-like, and when my parents gave me the movie, I was like, "Oh, this is their acknowledgement of me being a man at 8 or
It's
whatever."
Like some people get a bar mitzvah. I got the bat.
Exactly. So, because I mean, like I said, I thought it was a pretty adult movie, and I'm like, if they're giving it to me, you don't have to be secretive about it. Like, sometimes you watch movies, and you're like, do my parents realize how adult this is? And half the time they're not paying attention, so you get away with it. And then when they realize it, they're taken from you. So I mean, there's what?
we
got spammed.
We got spammed. You son of a gun.
But no. So
no, Batman was PG-13.
No, I know that. I said I thought it was.
Okay.
Because it was, amongst the one of the first of the comic movies that was darker cinematically and just violence-wise. I mean, I think probably one of few Tim Burton movies that I'm like, this is amazing. And like I said, I was just a huge fan of it. I also looked up a few things just to like have with this, and I was looking at the price of movies because I remember not only was it a validation of like, hey, you're a PG-13er, not an adult, but you're old enough to at least watch this. But I don't know if you guys remember the price of VHSs back then weren't inexpensive. I had expected my parents to do, or at least my dad, to do the cheap thing of recording it from somewhere, because as I was looking for this, VHSs at the time, blank VHS tapes were anywhere from $7 to $8. But if you bought an actual movie, though, you're looking at anywhere from $20 to $30, depending on the movie and depending on how popular it was at the time. And you say what movies took a year before that, or a year until they came out in VHS or whatever. So again, this wasn't a relatively inexpensive gift to give a child for who's a fan of movie can be like, hey, you know what? We bought you the toy for $12.99. Get out of here. And then whenever the movie comes out on like KCOP, we'll record it. You can have it at that point.
So how long did it take you to break the cassette?
I mean, I must have watched that movie until the tape like snapped, and then I tried to tape it back together. So I don't know, maybe a year.
That's fair.
Your parents hated Batman so much.
Oh, I'm sure they did.
They hated Batman so
Well,
much.
here's a crazy thing too, though, that that you don't think about is that at least as parents, they had to take the time to rewind it. So it's like they at least had a reprieve for like 5-10 minutes, whereas like kids
That's
now
right, ladies and
have shit
gentlemen.
on a loop, and
Yeah,
you're
you
just
forgot
like,
about the rewind.
it's just like they just like go back to the first episode, boom, like between DVDs, Blu-rays, and streaming. They just hit restart on that stuff right now. They've no time to go back. There's like
Just some of the
boom, we're
reasons
back at
why I thought it was like, again, as adult as it was, I was like, this. I mean, and again, I think it holds up as one of the better Batman movies in general. But as I said, one of the better Batman movies. I didn't say it was the best Batman movie. And I would argue it might, and to this day, it might be though. I mean, I like The Dark Knight, but there was something about this coming before it.
This is just where Batman watches people get robbed in the very beginning and just lets it happen just so he can catch them afterwards. He's like, shit happens.
Okay.
Anyway,
Like, you're not a criminal until they do something.
Yeah,
also,
exactly.
one of the few Jokers to not win an Oscar. Curious.
That is weird.
Wait,
Yeah.
what? Oh God, yeah, I didn't think about that now.
Yeah, we got 2 now.
I mean, you're pretty up there with Jared Leto. Oh no!
Oh man,
He's in that category.
Nicholson like owned this role for so long. Like,
Yeah.
like
Now look what's happened. Now we live in a society. It's tough.
Damn you, Pat. Damn you.
Honor? Really, Bruce? Honor? We live in a society where honor is a distant memory.
So yeah, the Batman movie on VHS at 8 years old, definitely and I also got obviously the photo to go with it.
Yeah, it's good.
One of the better Christmas gifts.
No, it's good.
You're up next, Pat.
All right.
I got a segue for you because I don't know what the hell you're putting up here on the screen.
Well, I'm actually
Got my first Playboys, ladies and gentlemen. Found it behind at a construction site.
Sweet.
In a buried box.
So good.
It was Christmas for me.
Just a good time. I was having a good time over here. Shout out to Aqua Teen Hunger Force coming back right now.
Igloo, hot dog, igloo, you know that bit. But the whole time strippers shaking it in front of them.
My goodness, where was this?
The circus out in front of Girls for You. You know, the lingerie modeling place by the interstate.
No, I don't know, Carl.
Well, $20, 20 minutes. One Friday, you and me, Fry Man. Blow the lid off the joint. Yeah.
I don't think so, Carl.
What, you gay?
I love that show.
All right. So
Can't
let's
believe
go
we got
ahead and
spammed.
set this
I
up
guess
a
it
little
means
bit.
there's somebody.
Yeah. Means we need a moderator in there, like just like deleting stuff and
Or
like
we could just vote. We could fluff our numbers a little bit.
There we go.
I love fluffing.
Speaking of Pat's first
All
porno,
right. Here we are.
heavy metal.
Oh my man,
Oh, He-Man.
Thunder Punch He-Man.
Oh, I was just about to ask that.
Man.
That is so awesome.
Yeah.
I love that this is recorded in the VHS as well.
Oh yeah. And he had caps in the back. He had to put in his back and then they would pop. So cool.
I remember that.
I enjoyed this little rap video it came with it too. Like, awesome. All right.
I mean,
Good job,
it's for the
guys.
kids.
So Thunder Punch they're hipper than can be. I can't keep up with them. Thunder Punch He-Man. I received him the same year that we also received a bootleg copy of Masters of the Universe on VHS, which
Dolph
I
Lundgren?
think my mom. I want to say, the Dolph Lundgren and Courtney Cox joint.
Nice.
I think my mom got from Major Video. I want to say it was Major Video or one of the local video chains in the Antelope Valley where I grew up.
If
That
I would say, could you if we could bring down the comment real quick? I have also got something to share
course.
with us here.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry, you're saying you got Thunder Punch He-Man when you got the VHS bootleg, and also
Yes.
can you switch that off of Legos to Motu?
Motu.
Yeah, Masters
There
of
you
the
go.
Universe.
All right. So yeah, I got that at the same year. I stayed up all night playing with him. His sweet, it was like a yellow, almost neon sword. So it wasn't the traditional Master of the Universe sword, but it was still cool, and it still needed to be collected along with all the others. And it's still on the back. I still remember on the back of the toy, it had all the little pictures of all the toys you could get. And I think my brother and I cut them all out, so it was like we had all the toys just hanging out there. Now, see, that is the new one. That is the remake one.
That is the Origins remake. Yes.
Yeah.
Not
I
to be
could
confused
not
with.
find. That
Couldn't find.
might, yeah. That
Yeah,
looks
this
like
is the
it's it.
original.
Yeah, that's the one.
This one has the caps in it, like those three,
Mhm.
like the people would put in like little cap guns, but they also like since they. I thought that was brilliant marketing because they're like, oh, we already make these caps. We're already giving out little packets of gunpowder to children. Let's just use those for other toys too.
And these were the good caps because these weren't the paper caps because the paper caps never really worked. The toy guns, they were okay, but they were hit or miss. These worked when you pop those bad boys in.
That's because moisture wouldn't ruin the pop sound.
Yeah,
this is also. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say because also in that Thunder Punch He-Man, like because I was gonna mention too when we had these. This is also when they did caps and other stuff, and those paper ones, like they put on RoboCop, which is also a discussion for another time. Like we had RoboCop toys, from that actually rated R film, RoboCop.
Yes,
I did not get that. I did not get that for Christmas. That is one I had saved up for and purchased at Woolworth.
I think it was giant too.
No, the RoboCops were small. Ed 209.
No,
was
he was
pretty big.
yeah.
I don't know. I felt like I got a big giant RoboCop.
Well, they had like different scale, but not the one that had the cap that had the caps in it was
creepy guy in a suit, man.
What's your point? Huh?
Why did your RoboCop say he's Charles Lee Ray? I don't get why he did
that. Just because he talked to me doesn't mean anything.
Yeah,
best friends forever. This is also to go back to what Kareem was referencing earlier. The one that I decided would be punished by freezing, and was left in the freezer.
There we go.
Why was Thunder?
Yeah, get into that.
Remember, he was fighting Skeletor, and like Skeletor captured him, and that put him in the freezer.
Okay,
he could chill out.
Everybody freeze.
Yeah, these would be the things that we cut out. These would be them.
Yeah. This is one thing that I was wanted to talk about too, because Motu was also on my list because my photo from Instagram was me opening a He-Man toy. Like I had, they were a toy that I loved, and like again from the aunts and uncles I got Capsule Grayskull, which was another thing that was kind of a touch point with humanoids. Humanoids didn't have play sets from what I remember and what I saw, but the villains became the play sets because they opened up their chest and they became a whole thing. Whereas like with this and other toy lines, they were more like, oh hey, you've got your Castle Grayskulls, you've got your vehicles. They had a lot of different it was super toyetic where they're like, well, we've got to have a vehicle and we got to do this, and they added so much stuff to these series. So it's like they had so many different toys, and like, well, do you have? I love too because this was early stuff points of us finding out like, oh, Merman is actually that's the original, and then they just did a repaint and added patchouli to him to make Stinkor. Like they just like, oh yeah, we can just reuse these parts here. Like
throw those on there.
Yeah, those arms and legs over there, repainted a bit. And now you've got this character. Let's see,
and then
I remember the damaged chest He-Man.
Yeah.
I want to say that was the second one that came. There was the original. I think this was the second He-Man that came out. Was the damaged chest?
Yeah,
I do remember a couple years later, my brother got Castle Grayskull, and I can't remember the name of Skeletor's hideout.
Snake Mountain with
the little microphone where you
nice. Question: why did we call Skeletor when he should have just been called like Skullface or whatnot? Because there's nothing skeleton really about him other than his face, right?
Because that doesn't sound as cool.
Okay.
Oh, there he is.
Also,
Roboto or
I found out recently that Battle Cat was never supposed to be in the show. He was added because they had extra toy models of the cat itself that they need to get rid of. So they added him into the show so they can sell the toy cat itself.
It might be a bit apocryphal because the toy cat was from another toy line.
Right.
They repainted it and made it green and orange and added it to the He-Man toy line, and it added armor to it, and that's how we got Battle
But Battle
Cat.
Cat wasn't, but he wasn't originally in the show or an actual character before they
I
added
think
him.
half of these guys were toys before they were characters.
Yeah, because it was sold as like kind of a toy set and a
What are
comic
they doing
story.
to this guy?
What? Hey, Jimmy Hart, get out of there, Jimmy Hart!
Hey guys, you're doing a
Run,
great
Jimmy
job.
Hulk
His
Hogan needs
his
to
torch is
save
going
you.
well.
That is that looks like pro wrestling manager Jimmy Hart.
Yes,
Oh, no, it is.
I think it is, along with the slime pit from the He-Man series.
Yes.
I was trying to get to a picture of Battle Cat in somewhere in here. There we go. Battle Cat and He-Man along with Panther and Skeletor.
That axe has seen better days.
Yeah.
He's,
Yeah, things. Yeah, I gotta love too, like the worn out flocking on the nose. It's I mean, some of these we love the hell out of these toys. That was the thing.
I really enjoyed the flesh-colored bracers that He-Man gauntlets that He-Man's wearing.
Yeah, those his bracers.
We
are awesome.
didn't have time to paint those, so just go with it.
There's no budget for painting those. Get that out the door.
Yeah, come on, man.
Deadlines, schedules, and whatnot.
Yeah, those battle damage ones were cool.
Yeah,
genius.
Until they broke, and then they wouldn't switch back.
Yeah, they'd always say battle damage, but I love those ones.
Hey,
I love like the Thunder Punch He-Man was a favorite too, and that's good stuff though. I do appreciate a good He-Man toy. I love like the art they had on the comics.
You mean
they
the
all came
romance
with
novel
comics.
art?
Yeah, it was great. like it's fantastic. I don't know why I love the slime pit when I was pulling images, but it's just such a fun little like. Yeah, what?
It looks like when they the old Conan the Barbarian books when they draw the covers. It looks like an old sci-fi.
Oh yeah.
book.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's why there was a lawsuit between
He-Man has?
Conan.
Yeah.
A flail.
Is that what that is? I thought it was just like a fan or something.
It's a kind of a flailing fan thing.
Okay.
But no, there was definitely like Mattel was pitching a Conan toy line at one point, really close to this. So there was a lawsuit that they did okay with. He-Man's a completely different brand, so it's their own toy, separately developed.
Sure.
I would say anyone who's curious, definitely check out Pixel Dan on YouTube. He's got a bunch of stuff out there. But yeah,
Snake Mountain, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Was this one of those situations where it was like where they had to create She-Hulk in a quick hurry? They're like, He-Man. Yeah, there we go. Can't think of a real name, but we got to get him out there before Conan does his thing.
Kind of, yeah. Because the original He-Man set was even kind of built out of he was first pitched as like the same body mold with like a tank head for one, and then a barbarian head for one, and I want to say a robot head. Like there was a really weird pitch meeting for it initially, and they ended up going with it. By the way, Roboto was one of my favorite He-Man characters too.
I like it. Looks like he's wearing a football helmet.
Yeah, he did, and he's got like a removable hand that can become an axe. There's also a lot of great toys right now that are coming out that are it's Masters of the Universe crossover with with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So you have like a Leonardo who has two twin swords that are He-Man's, Raphael who's like they're doing a great they cross over Roboto with Metalhead. So there's cool stuff out there. Check it out.
Yeah.
I do feel like Rick and Morty just made Gearhead directly from him.
Oh yeah,
No,
yeah. I don't.
Go back. Sorry, go ahead.
Which way?
No, other way. I just want to see the RoboCop toys real quick. That's all, guys.
Oh yeah, I lost something in the transition because I had a photo of like the back of RoboCop with his cap thing because I still think that's a great like toyetic thing of like we'll just put some gunpowder in there and kids will have a great time.
And it had the little trigger like it was one of the toy guns. Yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome. Wait, does that guy have a rocket launcher next to him?
You
think I probably is a rocket launcher?
To his left, to RoboCop's left is.
Oh, this guy right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is. I'm trying to think if I can zoom in with
that
this.
That is Wheels Wilson
with the rocket launcher.
Birdman Barnes, Ace Jackson, Officer Ann Lewis.
Oh, not her with the bow and arrow.
Why does he have a crossbow?
I don't.
She ain't hitting shit.
They threw the actual characters from the movie in at the end.
Yeah.
Chainsaw, Dr. McNamara.
Well, Nitro's from American Gladiator, so this is all off.
Well, this is also like the timing of which they're like, well, let's just repurpose stuff from other toy lines where it's like the Robin Hood figures also got reused as the Waterworld figures. Like they did all kinds of stuff where there's like, oh, and the Robin Hood playset, that's just actually the oh god, the Ewoks village. They just like, oh, we still have those molds, just reuse those. Kenner was super cheap.
I like that RoboCop has like, what is that? His night outfit. His like going to town outfit, the gold and black.
Yeah, there
exactly.
was a gold one.
Or bronze, whatever that is.
There's also like a glow in the dark one. I mean, and Ed 209 was great. I loved him.
What was the purpose other than selling the toy? What was the tactical purpose of a glow in the dark RoboCop?
Selling the toy was the tactical.
Selling the toy. That was
That's
1,000%.
I didn't know if they were going to try and feign like, oh, we're going to give them a whole reason to have a glow in the dark.
I'm trying to think.
It's just be honest. OCP probably didn't keep the lights on, so they're going to need a light source.
It's actually a fair point. Like, oh, lights are expensive. Just make him glow. It's fine.
Our cops will be the ones that have lights. Criminals can't see shit.
They would also do that to sell the toys in universe.
Agreed. Yeah.
Like, well, if we can make him glow in the dark, we can sell the toy. Yeah, it's a good idea.
I'll buy that.
Good idea, Johnson. Buy that for $1. How dare you? $29.95.
So does that count as your second one then too, as well, Ken? Because you.
No, that was my second.
Well, I know that was your second, but Ken kind of.
I joined in with that. It was a team up for that one because I had definitely been prepared for He-Man as an option because it's a good reference.
I just didn't know if this was a solo joint or if you wanted to count the assist.
No, I wanted to go in with the assist on that, but now I'm like looking up glow in the dark RoboCops and like, okay, what else do we have?
Looks like you found one.
Yeah. Can you share that one for us real quick?
Of course.
Wow.
Radioactive RoboCop, more likely.
Oh. Yeah.
That's
so there's a couple like
Macari.
Yep. So this was like the original 1981 or 1988
I love that
one.
he's paired right next to the Toxic Waste thug.
Oh wait, this is still. Oh, it's soon in another. Yeah.
We're just calling him Toxic Waste Thug. That's.
Did you remember his name, Pat?
Shut up.
Yep. See, that's what his name right there. Toxic Waste
You'll
Thug.
buy that for $18.
Well, also, I should note these ones here that we see are the reaction figures, the more recent. This is the New York Comic Con special edition ones, and so like these are new modern toys. I don't know what they would have called him in the old.
That modern to me.
That's the point.
Well, okay. So the reaction figures are supposed to be.
Unless the
interesting though too
Toxic
because
Waste
it's like
guy isn't made out of Play-Doh, I don't want to play with him. He's got to go splat.
Yeah, I need him to explode.
Yeah, that's fair. It's funny though too.
A rotten orange
as part of this line, yeah, as part of this line, you have that original toy line and stuff, but then NECA's come out and done both the reaction ones where they're super slim and just kind of stylized to a retro figure, and then the realistic one, but they still do glow in the dark. So it's like it's a full size.
Yeah,
I say full size, but
you know what people like
1/12 scale toys. Glow in the dark.
They like glow in the dark, baby.
RoboCop.
They like glow in the dark.
That's right.
And these are the ones that have to be in some sort of light in order to gain it, right? Like
that's how you know. It's time
you have
for
to
bed.
use a black light or exactly.
Gotcha.
It's like it's your nightlight for reading. It keeps opening that in new
Sweetheart,
tabs,
can you bring him my RoboCop, please?
Yeah, I can't see. Why did you charge my RoboCop? How dare you?
We're going to divorce. Keeping the RoboCop.
Oh God, really took a turn.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Well, then I'll jump into my second,
cool.
Which is this bad boy. Yeah. I've been holding off on him for a second. Let me give him a proper banner at the bottom.
No.
Look at it, Pat. Look at it.
Fucking Annabelle Black over here.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, my dad got me this. I don't think my mom was ever a fan of it, really. But I was a huge fan of it.
Smart.
Yeah. Keep that thing locked in a closet all the time. Like,
I actually took this thing around with me all the time. I do remember trying to try my ventriloquism act as a, I don't know, 6-7-year-old or whatever. So it wasn't very good, obviously. But it wasn't until actually earlier today when I started doing some research on this, how apparently popular this thing was. I had no clue. I was sitting here thinking like my dad found it at a, flea market or something like that, somebody's trash bin or whatever, and picked it up and was like, I'll bring this home. I don't know if, he may have done that still, but according to Wikipedia, this thing is actually apparently very popular and comes from a very famous comedian named Willie Tyler.
Willie Tyler.
Yes, I didn't know that. I also didn't know what his name was, so I don't even know what I named him as a kid. I just remember having him. My mom saying like, "Can we get rid of this thing?" You could find this. I think. You could have found it listed on Amazon for $92. I think back in the day they sold for like 30 or something like that, if I'm not mistaken.
I would pay you to take this out of my house. I would.
Well, now I feel bad because it seems like a lot of kids liked it.
Oh, and
yeah,
and
it
a lot
also
of kids
showed
were cursed.
Yeah.
But apparently, and then I kind of looked up who Willie Tyler was because I'm like, okay, I get that he's a comedian, but apparently he's a very prominent Black comedian. So that I don't know if that was the impetus behind my dad getting this thing, or again, if someone was just like, hey, you're Black, I'm Black, my kids are Black, I don't want this doll, you take it, give it to your Black kid, and he can grow up with it. But either way, I didn't have it for very long. He disappeared somehow. I'm looking at you, Mom.
Somehow. Yeah, exactly.
A mystery that will never be solved.
Things like this don't just get up and walk away.
Or do they?
No.
I'm sure this guy must have dated Annabelle at some point in his life as well and moved on to some other dolls. But this is my very first. Speaking of which, I moved on from this to the Puerto Rican My Buddy doll. If any of you guys are aware with
Puerto Rican My Buddy. Wait.
No idea.
Oh,
specifically Puerto Rican? Like
no, he just looked Puerto Rican because he didn't have actual black hair. He just had sort of hair like this a little bit, where it wasn't necessarily black. It was, I called it Puerto Rican.
Okay, that's fair. I was just curious.
I'm going to pull a picture of him, and then you'll see why I'm saying that. You'll be
like, type in Puerto Rican My Buddy. I feel like
we came from a time where we had Cabbage Patch Kids that had actual paperwork with them because you adopted them. So like my brain was like, did the Puerto Rican My Buddy come with papers? Like, is that what they did? And now I feel worse about it. Like, this is
and if he cut on the street now, he better have his papers on him in Arizona.
Oh no!
That's where my brain.
Once again, Puerto Rico, part of the U.S. I know we don't like to sing it, but
yeah.
All right, let me see if I can find this cool cat. But yeah, so I moved on. Those are my dolls as a child.
Did you have a? By the way, I did Google search Puerto Rican My Buddy, and
did you actually type in
yes,
Puerto
I did.
Rican My Buddy. All right, I'm gonna put up my doll version, and then we'll compare it because I want to see if there actually is a difference between the two. Let me see. I'm gonna grab this bad boy. Come on, share my screen.
You have to be the one to do it, though. You're
no. I'm saying like I was waiting for the prompt to come up. So this is the one I had.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's my buddy.
So and I didn't type in Puerto Rican or anything. I just typed in Black My Buddy doll, but that's what he looked like.
I can see where you were going. I see where you're going.
All right, so that's what I had. What do you got, Rolo? Same thing. Where's he actually Puerto Rican?
I don't want to share mine now.
Oh, come on.
Okay, so I'll share it, but it's definitely not right. It just happens to be what came up. I blame Google, man. Like this is not on me.
This is very racist, isn't it?
No, it's not. It's just like it's not because I just put in Puerto Rican My Buddy, and then
when you use your.
Oh Jesus!
Yeah, like this is. I don't know. They get
bleached his ass.
Well, yeah. What was that baseball player's name that got the help? Sammy
Sosa.
Did Sammy Sosa him?
Oh my God.
He got Sosa.
He got Sosa.
Poor guy.
Yeah. Mine was not a good representation of what yours was much better because yours was the actual My Buddy doll that they did.
That's what happens when you type in the word Puerto Rican in front of them.
Yeah,
it's black and then name them yourself. But yeah, so I moved from Lester the Dummy to Puerto Rican My Buddy.
I mean, somehow the My Buddy's an improvement. Less scary.
Yeah.
Less
I mean,
terrifying.
it was until Child's Play came out.
Yeah.
Then it became
Get back here,
even
Lester.
scarier. Yeah,
Help me. Save me.
exactly. So we're moving on to our third one now. I guess we'll circle back with you then, Patrick.
Oh man. All right.
I mean, we can go to Kid. We can switch it up if you want.
For my third one, keep going. We'll keep it on. For my third one, I'm just going to go with the biggie that was a little later in time, but near and dear to my heart. And I'm stalling as I get to the right screen, so apologies.
No worries.
Once again, still new at this.
Yeah.
Hopefully
But we
we'll get better.
appreciate everyone who joined us here. Definitely, I know that Fernando, hope you're still with us. Give us a shout out in the chat. Any thoughts you've got, let us know. We can do.
I was gonna say, any toys you want us to cover? Because I do have.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
There it is. What happened?
No,
Nothing.
dude, you're good.
We're
It's
ready for you to
24.
talk about it.
I was
That's
curious
it.
what. All right, yeah.
That's the
This
one.
This is going to line up for a lot of people because I know.
Yeah.
I took a peek at the list. I think there might be some competition.
Oh, that
I'm
fucking
at
alien
it.
controller. That was the dumbest
Now-
idea ever.
We did receive many years before. We received a Nintendo as a Christmas gift, but this was given specifically to me. And I got to tell you, as a loser in middle school, high school time, around that time, I played so much Mario Kart throughout that year and that summer. I cannot express to you how much Mario Kart I played once I got a hold of that game. I destroyed Mario 64 as well. It was the first game I got and just sat there and played it. And then my brother played it. And then, I wanted to play it. And why is he playing it? And you know, as siblings do. But man, this is probably the gift I got the most use out of, I would say, and lasted longest. I, in fact, still have my Nintendo 64. It is up in a cupboard in my place as we speak. Shout out to all the games everybody loved, including GoldenEye. Shout out to Kobe Bryant basketball, where Kareem and I, early in college, played Kobe Bryant basketball on the Nintendo 64 over and over when it was Allen Iverson versus Travis Fall into the Night.
And for those of you who don't know what those names are or what any of that means, Allen Iverson,
Sports
you
ball.
should know. Yeah, he's a legend within the NBA. Travis Knight, not so much. He was a backup center who had to end up playing power forward for the team because the Lakers went through a bunch of injuries. I chose him to try and prove a point. He was out there chucking threes, basically. And he was, mind you, it's a power forward, so he didn't have a lot of speed or energy versus Allen Iverson, who was a point guard. So it was, I think the scores are like, I don't know, Allen Iverson, 85 points, Travis Knight, 75 points for no apparent reason. Kobe Bryant, who's the star of the game, was on the bench because I put Travis Knight in.
Kareem was better at the game than me, but I was really good with one player. So I would just, nobody on my team, anybody else on the team had any points. It's always Allen. That's all it was. And also, final shout out, one more sports game to the original Madden 64, which they got the licenses for the NFLPA, but did not get the NFL licensing in time. So they have generic teams with the real players.
Well, I mean, isn't that the way you won every game?
So it's like, instead of Minnesota, it's Minneapolis. Instead of New England, it's Boston. It's just all of that good stuff. So
I mean,
this guy was starting over Kobe Bryant in my game. That's right. That's a superstar.
I like that you're so prepared. Like, look at this. Also, just realized you're using Bing over here. What is going on here?
Getting the points, my friend. Points.
Yeah, it's
That's how you pay for your Xbox Live.
Travis Knight always supports Bing.
I tell them all I want for Christmas is 2 gold front teeth.